Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, sorry about the delay. Couldn't find my browser windows. It's a real struggle sometimes. Now, it's not really a secret what we're doing today, considering the title and the screen right now. We're going to be very kindly, very lovingly, very normally, very hinged, not unhinged. We're going to be normal about this. And we're going to rank some cuties. Though first we're going to be taking some quizzes, but I'll explain that. So, in the year of our Lord 2022, I'm assuming everyone has heard of Final Fantasy XIV, the critically acclaimed MMORPG that does in fact once again have a free trial, including Realm Reborn, up until Heaven's Ward level 60 for you to try. And if you don't, you might be very confused. But that's okay. So the tier list I've got is pretty small. Well, I've got two, because one is pretty small, and the other one's bigger. But one of them has Endwalker characters, and one of them doesn't. So there'll probably be Endwalker characters mentioned, seen, heard, but I'll try not to go plot deep, you know? It's not relevant, really. I'm very superficial. I feel like I should play a little music behind me since I'm just talking today. Wonder if I can find a good one. Let's see. Is that good? I'm going to assume. I'm going to turn it down a tiny bit, I think. Okay. Oh, sorry, I almost fell off my chair. Oh. Okay. Let's go. So, I want to take these quizzes first. This is what I want to do. So we have... Not sponsored by UQuiz, by the way, obviously. But... there is a lot of quizzes based on Final Fantasy XIV. Most of them include people's OCs, which I didn't want to do because I don't really have their permission for that. I didn't want to start showing people's OCs off on stream, you know? It felt a little weird. But look, there's so many. I like this one. We're not doing that one today. We are going to be doing these ones. So I have what Final Fantasy XIV class are you? I have what Final Fantasy Scion are you? And I have my personal favorite, which is Final Fantasy XIV Heaven's Ward Dating Sim Quiz. Extremely important to me. Let's save that one for last, I think, because I gotta work my way up to that one, right? I gotta think real hard about it. So I think we'll do this one first, which, spoilers, I have already done once. And the results were interesting. I'll just do it again and then we can talk about if it changes. Because if it changes, I'll be very interested to see how. So first of all, we're going to put my name, which is Georgie. I don't think this matters though. I probably could have just put anything. So the first question, of which Ion IU is extremely important, in that, what's your favorite color, guys? What's your favorite color? Personally, mine's not here, which was sad. Mine is pink, if you couldn't tell, which would be... Oh, well, I mean, you might be colorblind, who knows? Well, my favorite color is pink. My entire overlay is pink. Everything I do is pink. They don't have pink. And I thought that maybe the closest color would be red, right? But I don't like red, really. Red is often too harsh to me. So I ended up going with white. Just because a lot of furniture I own is white. Very poor reasoning. And how would your friends describe you? Now, the first time I took this, I said quiet. Because I am usually quiet. But I also think that this might be an option. I think it's either quiet or crazy, to be fair. I think we'll pick quiet because I'm not that bad, I think. Now, let me just put that man away. Just scroll down. Just scroll down a little. Freedom. What superpower would you rather have? Which is easy for me. I mean, we have super strength, teleportation, cat girl. Well-known superpower, cat girl. Time manipulation, invisibility, or flying. Deep inside of me, I want to pick cat girl, right? But when given the opportunity for time manipulation, maybe I would just time manipulate all the way back to when we evolved into humans. And I would split the genes, right? With a cat. I don't know. I'd figure something out so that I could get the best of both worlds. I think time manipulation could lead me to any one of these superpowers. So we gotta go for that one. Thank you. After a long day, how do you relax? I don't. Just kidding. I pick game all night. Since I'm here, and this is a quiz about Final Fantasy XIV, it's not usually going to be one of these, is it? I just want to know what the thought process for some of these choices of images were. I like them. I like them a lot. But I'm curious. You can regularly make new friends. No. For shame. If you're focused on a task and you're interrupted, you're likely to welcome the break. Feel extremely irritated. Vary between these two extremes. Now, I picked this last time and I'm going to pick it again because it remains true. Vary between these two extremes. Because listen, I'm not very good at concentrating, right? Except when I am. But when I am, and I lose it, I'm not good at getting it back. So when I'm not good at concentrating, or the task is really boring, and someone walks in, and they're telling me something completely unrelated to me, doesn't matter, it could be about grapes, I don't know. I would be so happy. I would be like, yes, distract me. Pull me from whatever the hell I'm doing right now. I don't need it in my life. Whereas if I'm in the zone and I'm doing something fun or I'm doing something important and someone walks in and they're like, hey, how do you feel about grapes? Grapes. You know, grapes. I would contemplate the efficiency of using my tablet pen as a weapon, right? Probably not very efficient, but I could get the job done. So that's why I pick very, because yes, there is a chance I would commit a crime if you interrupt me whilst I'm doing something. Your preferred role. This isn't even a question for me. Like, I'm DPS, like through into my bones, in my heart, my blood. I was made to stand far away. Yes, I should be specific, ranged DPS, right? I was made as a person to stand far away from whatever the heck is going on over there, fire something very occasionally, minding my own business. And if you really need me, I'll show up, right? If you really need me, I'll pop in. I'll have a go. Favorite beginner city state? This is not even a competition. Right, so me and my friends, my beautiful, lovely friends, we started Final Fantasy in Gridania. And it's nice. I like Gridania. I have no ill will against Gridania. There's nothing wrong with Gridania. But it's just not Limbs and Laminza. The absolute energy of this city is unmatched. The vibe, the slightly unhinged vibe. And I don't know if that's just my server or if that's a worldwide energy that Limsa has, but it's something's going on there. Something's going on. Are you a morning person? No. And you put an exclamation point. That's an extra no. Like, maybe I could push myself to be like, yeah, sometimes. But not a yeah. Like no. Favorite expansion? This question is like, they put this here to split the people, to have us say something controversial and yet brave. I think. In that, I think Endwalker is great. I think Endwalker is so good. What an ending. Scare quotes, because it's not really over. What Endwalker did was perfect. What Shadowbringers did was perfect. Heaven's Ward, perfect. Stormblood, perfect, right? I think there's this thing that people think everyone hates Stormblood because they never talk about it. But Stormblood is like the middle child, right? There's nothing wrong with them. You just sometimes think about them less because everyone's got so much going on. I love Stormblood. I think Stormblood's great. There's so many reasons why I pick Heaven's Ward, and will probably continue to always pick Heaven's Ward. I don't need to get into those. I can just click it. And no one can say a thing. oh. Was I just possessed? That was like, no, we're picking Heaven's Ward. Stop it. Okay. See, look at this. This is what happened last time. I received this result. I'm not mad. I'm just confused. My favorite part is that it tells you what Estinian is like, and that if you remember, this quiz is supposed to be which scion are you? But when we reach this point, it tells us that we are actually nothing like Estinian. We just probably really like him. And I have never felt so seen, so attacked, so... like, it's like someone just spun a limelight around, and it's like a spotlight even, and it just hit me. Like I was running away, and they just got me. Because I love him. I love him so much. It's actually an issue. Like, I think most people that know me know that. I'm obsessed with Estinian. Like, truly unhingedly obsessed. I love him. There is rarely a character in my life I have loved more than Estinian. And people say he hasn't done much to earn that, and I will manifest myself into wherever you are and debate you, except not here. Not now. Actually, not ever. But in my heart, I'm doing it. I just found this so funny. And the funnier part is that 43% of people doing this quiz got Ishtala. Who are you people? Like, this lineup is, I mean, this I understand. This Orienter, I understand. But the rest of it, what's happening? Are you okay? Are you guys okay? Are we okay? As a group. It's just so funny. So that was the Which Scion Are You quiz, which is fun. And I do have to do it again someday, just to see what is giving me Estinian. And what apparently is the secret recipe to be a... I wonder if you just pick Catgirl and it's like Ishtala. Everyone just picked Catgirl as a superpower joke, and it's just, here's your government assigned Ishtala. Oh. Not this one. Not this one. So let's find out what class we are, right? Let's find out our Final Fantasy 14 class. So as we learned, I am DPS. DPS lover 69. That's me. Ranged DPS lover 69, I should say. If I don't get ranged DPS, it's broken. Wait, they're also peachy. It's meant to be. I trust this quiz implicitly already. Let's go. What type of weapon would you wield? Something heavy and close. Something light and close. Something light and far. Something heavy and far. Well, shit, I don't know. This is supportive. This is quick on your feet. High risk, high reward. I don't know. Something light and close? I'm not a glutton for punishment. You right. You right. It's fine. What? Whoa. Oh my gosh. I can't read all this. That won't stop me because I can't read. Reading is overrated. Hear, think, feel. Okay. So it's like a feeling, like a place, a vibe. A snowy land, the coast, a fortress, the desert, the forest, the mountains, a foreign port town. I think a snowy land, right? Or port town. I like them both. I like the welcomes you with no questions. That's good. Ooh. Is it a quiz? A quiz? Am I alright? Is it a quiz without song lyrics featuring Rainbow Kitten Surprise? Alright. Oh, these are sad. I think we'll go for the last one because that's pretty accurate, right? Who's the final boss of your story? Your closest friend? 1,000-year legacy? The evil empire as a whole? It's a black and white conflict. A wild animal? Or seemingly discarded pawn? I feel like I want to pick this one, your closest friend, because that speaks to me. Like, they committed atrocities for you. They did it because of you. Like, damn, the treasure. There's love in this story? Are you kidding? Enemies to lovers, baby. I'm taking that one. Ah. Favorite Ghibli movie of these listed. Where is it? Yes. Okay. Well, excuse you. Howl's Moving Castle. This has always been my favorite, and it will probably always be my favorite. It's so beautiful. It's so fun. So sweet. And yes, I know it's nothing like the books, but that's fine. A flair for the dramatic. That's very true. Thank you. Pick a friend. You guys, look at them. Oh, I love them all. I'm gonna pick this baby though. Oh my god, I love the shark. I love him. I have one of those plushies in Fion, who's my character in Final Fantasy. I have one of those in his room. It's so big. Did not expect it to take up that much room. Oh, look at him. They're so sweet. Who is your ideal companion? Someone bright and fiery, someone easy to follow and cheer up. Someone cheery, someone stoic, someone with a lot of versatility, someone a little bullyable. I want that one. I do want that one. We have to go through the rest still, but I'm just gonna tick it for now. Someone a little pompous, someone people usually dismiss, someone a little too serious, someone who believes in the softer arts, someone who doesn't stick too close. No, I mean, I have to stick with someone a little bullyable. Come on. Come on. Great. If you pick up a hobby for fun, what would it be? Oh, so this is like our disciple. Well, I'm notorious for it's essentially only crafting clothing in Final Fantasy. This is all I do. I do nothing else. It's terrible. So we'll pick sewing. Someone committed an insane amount of war crimes, but also that's not Someone committed an insane amount of war crimes, but also has a tragic backstory. They're at your mercy. What do you do? I can fix them. Classic. Kill them for all they've done. Who hasn't committed a war crime by this point, honestly? Okay, well, calm down. Let them live. I want to believe in redemption. Kill them. It's the only way they can earn a redemption. Let them live. There is no compensation in death. Listen, not to be problematic. I'll trying not to be a walking trope, but here we go. I can fix them. You're about to storm a fortress that can help change the tide of war, but only if you're successful. Who do you bring along? Every dungeon I've ever done is this. Yes. This is every, that like no one can argue with me. This is every dungeon. A buff person in a chicken suit. A tryhard who uses a mod to see that everyone's carrying their weight. A tryhard that plays in a foreign language to have faster cutscenes. A baby. It's more fun when someone experiences things for the first time. A buff person in a chicken suit, obviously. Every time I've done a dungeon or a raid or anything like that, it's always the person who's standing there in essentially the nude, like in their underwear, with one of those ridiculous chicken hats, who saves us all from ourselves, right? Who is just unbelievably good. I want that. I want that. You can't be that silly until you've done everything a million times, right? They know what's up. Oh my god. I feel like a failure. A scholar? Also, the first line is them calling me a nerd. Which is true, but like, damn son, still hurts. You're a nerd, but a fun nerd. You think preventing a problem is cooler than fixing it afterwards. Did I not just pick the one where I said I can fix them? Do I seem like the type of person who's good at preventative measures? You think the coolest thing ever is slapping on delayed healing on a tank and then never having to worry about them the rest of the fight? That does sound pretty nice. You place a high importance on looks because honestly, why else would you play this class? That is, like, personally, I have not played Scholar. My friend plays Scholar. And generally, I think the only good thing we can ever think to say about it is that the glams are cute. They're cute glams. You tend to be hit hard by things out of your control, and your stamina isn't the best either. Some people probably think you're a victim of the times, stuck in the glory days of the past. That's not necessarily true. There's still plenty of fun to be had, even if things are wildly different, and you play it because you love it. Or because you felt like queue jumping as a summoner main. Just remember, if you think the class is easy, you're probably playing it wrong. I can attest to that. Not from my experience, but from word of mouth. Senshi! Look what my government assigned class is. And how wrong it is. I was just talking about you. I was agreeing with the text here that's 1 ripping me to shreds and 2 ripping Scholar to shreds. Deservedly so. I was shocked. I was appalled. I was flabbergasted. Yes, I was explaining that I have never played it, but you have. And that you always seem to be suffering. But like, you go. You go, girl. Go get 'em. That is the last line of this thing. Just remember, if you think the class is easy, you're probably playing it wrong. Which is assumedly what I would do. I just can't believe that. I mean, the art is adorable. I love all of the art in this game, but like, 1, they've just called me a nerd straight to my face. 2, I just didn't expect that. Of all of the classes, to get Scholar feels like, no hate to Scholar mains. I'm sure you're out there somewhere. Listen, my main is Dancer. So I do in fact have a flair for the dramatique, as that one answer said so. I just don't I don't see this. I will probably never play Scholar. It's a real shame, but GG. I want to see. Now look. How do you compare? Okay. Astrologian is the top result. How do you even get Astrologian? Just being... There was no... If there had been an answer that was like, trust the heart of the cards, then yeah. If there had been more Yu-Gi-Oh puns within this quiz, I would have understood the assignment, right? And the answer was second. And I still managed to not get it. Incredible. Let's see. What's the least? 0% of people who have taken this quiz have gotten Summoner or Samurai. That's wild. I am concerned at what mixture of results you need to get Summoner and Samurai now. I can't imagine it's easy. Well, that's quiz number 2, which means, y'all, we are finally ready for the Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward Dating Sim quiz. Yes. The time has come. The time has come. I'm like stuttering. I'm so excited. I want to know. I want to know. So it does look like we have bachelors and bachelorettes. And some new results were added last year. Yes, let's go. So thank you for the creators of this quiz. I will be partaking hungrily. Our first question, ladies and gentlemen. Pick a sound. Okay. Why not? The tinkling of a wine glass being put into a cabinet. Glass on glass in an empty This is so... I just glimpsed some of the other answers. This is very poetic. The sound of hard-soled... Excuse me. The sound of hard-soled shoes on stone. And a laugh heard from afar. The crackle of a fireplace as a tea kettle begins to hiss with steam. The click of heels against marble and a key sliding perfectly into a lock. The slow and reassuring creak of a familiar wooden door and the ringing of a bell as you push it open. The winter wind as it whips through the boughs of trees, leaving the leafless branches to whisper. And the crunch of the first frost of winter beneath new leather boots creaking with each step. Now, not to be a Debbie Downer here, but I have no real love of any of these particular sounds. To be fair, but I think crunch, we like a crunch, right? Crunch of snow. The sound of leather boots creaking is horrific, but like we'll ignore that for the crunch. Love a crunch. We'll go for a crunch. Now, after my earlier rant about how much I love Estinian, before we continue, we're all agreed on what my goal is, right? We all know. We all know what the point of this quiz is. And I will be totally fine if I don't achieve that. It's okay. Yeah, totally. How do you prefer to fight? With my words and dreams and sufficient magical force. Stab first, ask questions later. I fight to protect and choose to live or die by my sword. Stab first, ask questions later. I'm a little trigger happy, especially in this game, which is how I'm basing my answers. I would never stab anyone in real life. Just so we're clear. Do you prefer to take initiative even if it goes against established rules and professional relationships? Yes, my goals are more important than the rules by which society manipulates our lives. Okay, chill. Daddy, chill. No, but I do all I can within the rules of society to achieve a solution that will best benefit the most people. Huh. Good question. I feel like I'm in a job interview right now. Like, I need to be on my best behavior, or they won't give me what I want, you know? I know they're hiding a Stinian back there, I just know it. Do you... Yeah, no. Yeah, no. No. I can't lie. Don't lie on Twitch, you know? How do you reconcile the importance of the past? The past matters not so much as the present and the connections we make therein. The past serves as a lesson for weal or woe. We must strive and grow from it. The past holds truths we would be foolish to hide or ignore. To deny the past is to deny ourselves. The past drives our motion forward. We cannot but heed its call. This one speaks to me, right? To deny the past is to deny ourselves. Yeah. No? Yeah. Yeah. Or... No, I like both of these. I think I'm gonna go for this one. Like the now, the now. We live in the now, live in the now. Live, laugh, love. Which do you value more, ideals or truth? Truth. Don't lie to me. I just said that. Don't lie on Twitch. Don't lie on Twitch. Choose your ideal first date. Yes, this is what I want. An evening in watching a rom-com that your date manages to cry over despite the writing being somewhat silly. Oh, I love that. That's me though. That's not... I don't want it to be my date. That's just me. I just cry over rom-coms that are written badly. Huh. Next. First, a strenuous physical activity such as rock climbing or fencing. I don't know about that. And afterwards, we get a hot but simple meal. You're gonna take me rock climbing and get me a bowl of soup? Just can't give me a bowl of soup? Or just a piece of toast? I don't think so. I just know that's gonna be like Estinian's answer too. God damn it. He seems like the kind of guy that would go rock climbing then just eat like toast. Good soup. A trip to a museum. Your date spends more time asking you about yourself than eating the meal, and you cannot but steep in their gaze. Ah, lovely. A walk through the woods leading to a spot for stargazing. As you sit beneath the stars, you and your date discuss your pasts and goals, and you end the evening hand in hand. I'm falling in love, and I don't even know who with. An evening out in the town, sampling all manner of delicious food and drink, your date introduces you to several new people, and while you might not know, you see my brain processed the several new people part, and I immediately rejected that scenario, so that's out. Your date introduces you to a part of the city you've never seen, bustling with people and filled with sights that appear on no maps or guides. You try a new food, and it's almost as warm as a smile sent in your direction after the first bite. Cute. I think my gosh, what do I think? I think stargazing, right? Everyone loves stargazing. Gotta be stargazing. Oh, but the museum is warm. No, I'm gonna stick. I said stargazing. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Introvert. Thank you. Black or white? I don't know. I guess. Sorry in advance, but obligatory pick the lyrics you vibe with best. Okay. These questions are great, but also what do they mean? Insert that one clip of Miley Cyrus. What does it mean? I'm not gonna read all the lyrics. We'll be here for hours. I like this one. We'll go for that one. In a relationship, do you prefer to make the first move or wait for the other party to do so? I prefer to make the first move. I'd rather the other person express their feelings first. I like to leave things as vague as possible and hope they pick up what I'm putting down, you know? See, I feel like these are kind of the same thing, right? But I guess this one's a little more blasé. Like, it happens or not. Like, they don't really care. But this is like, no, you have to say it. Say it! I'm gonna pick that one. I do like to be vague. I'm very vague. I'm also oblivious. So those work well together. Haha. How do you prefer stories and maybe quizzes to end? Cohesively, maybe with a callback to the beginning of the narrative. Conclusively, answering all lingering questions and doubts. Vaguely, so I can imagine an ending that I like, post-canonically. Not that one. For me, cohesively. Because there have been plenty of endings and things, right, that are conclusive and they suck. Because answering every question is not always the way to go. You don't need to answer every question. You just need to have an ending that makes sense. Right? So I think I also like callbacks. Everyone knows this about me. Flash forwards and callbacks. That's my shit. Is this the last one? What? I know that sounded like I burst out crying, but I was laughing. Clown appeal. What? This is not what I thought would happen to me. I don't think I deserve this. And Madeleine is so cute. He is cute. I did like him. But what the fuck? Where in this quiz did I say I like clown? I mean, I was gonna say where did I say I like clown appeal, but like, I think we all know I like clown appeal. Oh, I hate the fact that they're right. Fuck. This sucks. That's not Estinian, is it? That's not him. I can't believe this. I can't believe they've done this to me. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. You might be getting this result because you like characters with clown appeal. I'm looking straight at my, like, where my webcam usually is. Or forgetting that you guys can't even see me, but imagine an office stare into the camera. That's me right now. Because I'd love to tell them they're wrong and I can't. Because I do like clown appeal. He's so stupid. He's a delight, isn't he? The youngest son of House Fortin. A glass of champagne, a laugh heard so often you can't imagine. And now they're making me like him. Make them stop. He's got an arm linked with yours at a grand ball and has not stopped talking about how delighted he is to have you there with him. Hopefully you're up for a good deal of eavesdropping, but it's worth it knowing how red in the face your date will go when you kiss him on the cheek at the end of the night. Now, listen here. Who do you think I am? Oh, honestly, absolute joke. It's not. He's good. He's cute. But it's... I'll be real with you guys. I saw the E pop up and I was like, Estinian? I am a bit delusional. I am a bit sometimes. Just a little bit delusional. I see what I want to see. Ugh. I could cry. I could cry. Well, we did it. We have quizzed our way into the hearts of someone. A clown. Maybe I'll do this again someday and we can see how exactly we're supposed to unlock Estinian from the clutches of this evil quiz. Actually, oh my god. Oh my god. I am the first person to have unlocked Emmanuel de Fortam as a romance option. I have my hands over my face. Am I the only person in the world that likes clown appeal? Is that it? I actually can't believe this is so funny. Incredible. It is. Honestly, I feel like I've broken new ground here. I'm a trendsetter. Oh my god. Not even Hilda. I couldn't even stretch to Hilda. I would have loved that. Do you think everyone else getting this golden pentagon, do you think they're cheating? I think they're cheating. I don't think anyone out there is abnormal enough to answer questions in a way that would unlock Estinian, right? That man is not okay, especially not in Heaven's Ward. There's no way someone looked at that quiz and said, I would like to go rock climbing and then eat a bowl of soup. I don't believe that. And if you're out there, I'm scared of you. That's all. Now, it's time. Oh my god, yes, I'll send it to you after I send you. Or do you want me to get it now? I could get it now. Let me grab that. Link to this quiz. Let me I sent it to you. It is my results, but it should take you to the quiz. His smiling face showing up in your DMs. Let me know what you get while I'm ranking everyone else. Right, so it's time for the tier list, guys. Which is going to be controversial yet brave, I think. If you get Estinian, Senshi, silence speaks 1,000 words, you know? I can't tell you what would happen. Wouldn't it be funny if I just stopped the stream? I won't, but I would cry. I think I'll cry. So, as I explained earlier, I have 2 tiers. I have this one, which, as we see, only has 2 little lines, but it has end walkie babies. But we also have this one, which is a lot more robust. Not as robust as another one I found, but that would just be me not remembering anybody for about 40 minutes, which is not fun. So I think what we're going to do is do this one first. And if we get to the end of that one and we think, well, I could go for a little more bullying, and then we'll do the other one too. But I think I'm just going to do this one first. And the first thing we have to do is rename some of these categories, right? So I think the game would be better without you. It's pretty succinct. You can't really beat around the bush with that one, can you? I think that one can stay. I have no opinion of you. I like this because I have no opinion of you is higher than the game would be better without you. Right? But lower than garbage. Because it is worse to have no opinion of somebody than to call them garbage. In my personal opinion. But we will be changing garbage because I think the ratio of like good to bad is too weighted on bad. So we need a little more like you know? Because I don't really dislike any of the characters in this set lineup. Like, not really. So we're gonna do a little juggling. So garbage, I think we will make garbage. There's nothing wrong with you. Ooh. With you. I'm just mean. That's the new category instead of garbage. An hit or miss. I'm gonna make this nicer so that we have more positive categories that aren't just like 2. Because we're gonna change red to something, you'll see, which will limit our category consumption. So yellow we're going to make, or what was this, air hit or miss? We're going to change air hit or miss to I think this will be tolerable cuties. Because I don't dislike them. I think they're pretty cool. And it's better than there's nothing wrong with you, I'm just mean. Right? I think so. Okay. Fun to party with. Can probably stay. Like, it gets the message across. Like, a lot of the characters don't seem like they would party. I'm gonna change this to would run savage for you. Would run savage for you. As in the savage modes in-game. And then bestie material is gonna be... It's gonna be... What is this one gonna be? What's better than I would run savages for you? I know. No, I don't. No. I would. Would split the world. Split the world in 12 for you. So, the last one we have to change is Marry Me. Now, Marry Me is fine. It's fine. But this top spot, right, needs a certain something. To be in my top spot, you need a certain something, and that something is simply to be Estinian. It's an unfortunate truth, but when I say I'm obsessed, my desktop background is Estinian, my phone background is Estinian, my profile pictures on most things for a while were Estinian, my Steam nickname was Estinian. It's an issue, right? So when I say that he needs his own category, I mean it. Like, we're done with this one. This one's done. He goes there. And that's it. No one else goes in there. Because no one else is Estinian. And I take no Estinian slander. Except for me. Because I hate him. But I love him. But I hate him. And I would probably kill him. But he's already so sad. You know? And I love him. So moving on. Because we can't spend much time on that category because there really is only one man in there. And I do love him, Your Honor. End of case. Case closed. Jury's done. So this is where the fun begins, because now we get to really dig in to the other NPCs, who my feelings for are slightly more complicated than just he's perfect, right? At least in most cases. So, first up we have Alice. Now I almost said Alphano. And I don't mean to I don't mean to mix them up. I don't mean to literally channel Estinian, right? Alice is my daughter. I love her. I think she's great. I do not hold her as high in my heart as her brother. Unfortunate. I'm very mean. I think I would run a savage mode for Alice. I think I would. I do love her. She is great. I like her everything, but I like her growth. I like that she still bullies me. But nicely. So next we have the aforementioned Alphano, or Alphanord, depending on the day, with me, quite frankly. Alphano I love. That's my son. He goes straight into would split the world in 12 for you. He's perfect. He has never done anything wrong in his life and will never do anything wrong in his life and could not possibly do anything wrong in his life. He is a perfect little ball of good vibes, right? I love him. I love him. Now I just need to summon Senshi back into the chat with this one. It's Ardbert. I'm assuming nice boy Ardbert, not possessed Ardbert. Ardbert is Ardbert's a good boy. He's nice. He's nice. Since she's looking at me, I'm gonna put him in the No, I wouldn't do that. He's too nice. I think his parts in Shadowbringers did move me to tears multiple times, so I could not possibly... I'm being coerced. I'm being coerced by the chat, by specifically Senshi. No, he did move me to tears a few times. I couldn't possibly put him lower than a tolerable cutie. He is a tolerable cutie. I love to tolerate him, and he's cute. He's a good boy. Can't do much more than that, right? Now, I really love how they've set this up, because this really is just like targeting specific people in this row. Imeric. Everyone's favorite pretty boy. Good Samaritan, trying to do his best, failing miserably most of the time. Good Catholic boy. When your dad's the Pope, you really have it rough, you know? An evil Pope at that. I love him. Would I run Savage for him? Now, when you put it like this, it's like, no, he would be here. But then if you go like, oh, there's this god tier up here, then yes, this makes more sense, right? This makes more sense. I think so. I think I love Imeric and Alice around the same amount. I think. For different reasons, of course. Now, yes, sorry, I was just staring at him again, like, is that where you belong? And it is. This is real. This is me. He's exactly where he's supposed to be. Emmett Mulch. Emmett Mulch, as I like to call him. And this is Grandpa Emmett. This is a G-Pa Emmett. This is Emmett with the stripe. You see, Shadowbringers is like so good, right? And he's so great. He's annoying. I would have killed him so much quicker if they let me. And this is why I wish they had the two Emmets, right? Because, bruh, the ranking would be so much easier if I could just split them. I think, unfortunately, Grandpa Emmett is a tolerable cutie for me. Now, I need to be clear, right? This ranking is not based on their importance to the story or anything like that. This is purely me looking at them and going, do I think about you on the daily? And if this were other Emmett, absolutely, yes. Grandpa Emmett, less so. See, normal, like, non-stripe Emmett would be Run Savage. Yes. Now, I can't believe that this guy made it into this lineup, honestly. Fandaniel. And I'm saying Fandaniel because it's this picture, right? So it has to be Fandaniel, not Asahi. So, this dramatic little man who flings himself about my screen maniacally. There are so many mixed opinions on Fandaniel, and I personally have always liked him. I just think he's neat. I think he's funny. I think he works as a character in relation to the other characters. I think if it was all about him, I'd get pissed off pretty quickly, sure. But I think he's great, but he has to... no, can I do that? Can I, no. Yes? No. Yes. No, no, I can't. Can can I? I don't. No, no, no. He has to go here. Sorry. Get in your place. Get it. There's nothing wrong with you, except there's so many things wrong with him. Oh, he has to go there. Okay, we have to move on. We can't just think about him for the rest of this. Okay. I'm taking a breath because Gaia. When Square Enix, when the team at Final Fantasy made this model, right, do you think they all said no? Now hold on. You put that one aside. You keep that for a rainy day. We're gonna need that one. Because where has this been all my life? When she first showed up, it was like being slapped in the face. Because I had never seen a model like that in this game. And maybe it's just the makeup, I don't know. But her outfit, her hair, her face. They did something and they know what they did. And I love it. And I would run savage for Gaia. She wouldn't need me to with her powerful lesbian energy. But I would do it for her. So that she wouldn't have to, because her boots are very high. And her nails are very pointy. And I don't want them to snap. And I love her. Thank you. This man. I feel so bad. I feel so bad putting him there. But then again, do I? I like his storyline, like where it went eventually. And I was moved. I was moved by it. How much do you recommend? How much do I recommend playing Final Fantasy XIV? The critically acclaimed MMORPG from Square Enix that has, once again, a free trial from A Realm Reborn up until... I very much recommend playing Final Fantasy XIV if you have time to sink, because it is a, I don't want to say commitment, but also it is a commitment. And I like to recommend it to people, but I also put the disclaimer that it's not for everybody, and that's okay. I think if you like MMOs and you like having to grind for gear, you like long form storytelling, then you'd really like it if you like those things. It's a great game. It's very Final Fantasy. It's very dramatic. You know, very far-fetched, but in a very fun way. And the characters really make it. And Realm Reborn is hard to get through, purely because obviously it's the first part and they were getting used to things. But it's still great. I highly recommend Final Fantasy XIV to anyone who has been thinking about it and thinks that they would like it. It's also, I don't know, it's just a great time killer. Especially once you get further and all that's left to do is really to grind out those dungeons for a while, waiting on new patches, you know. It's definitely been an improvement for me in gaming. I think I've enjoyed Final Fantasy XIV more than I've enjoyed a lot of games. Yeah, since she's sweating in the chat. I personally am not much of a grinder, right? I don't really like grinding games, which is funny because you're probably looking at me like, why the hell did you start playing an MMO? Because there is so much story in this game that I find it worth the grind. I find it worth, you know, being on a subscription, because that is a big point to talk about too. It is a subscription service. It's not a one buy and you've got a thing. So that's also part of the commitment aspect. It's always been worth it to me, personally. I think it's a really lovingly made game, and it really shows through the characters and the story, even when it's being its most dramatic, right? It's still so, like, you still get so moved by it, and it's very odd. It's just pure Final Fantasy nonsense, which I love. Love that. Love that. Love that for me. Love that for them. No, yes. I went on a really long tangent about that, but I do recommend this game. I think a lot of people get put off thinking it's overhyped. And obviously for some people it will be, but you know, the numbers do speak volumes sometimes. And it's got a lot of numbers. No, I think if you have the time and you have the drive, you know, to kind of insert yourself into communities, or you can play solo. I do a lot of solo stuff actually. It's a great way to make friends, though. I do think so. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I recommend Final Fantasy XIV. Imagine me doing a thumbs up with a little ding, like sparkle next to my grin. Ding! Georgie approved. Whilst I was on that tangent, I did think I am gonna leave him there, actually. I'm gonna let that man simmer where he is. I think, you know, I think I can live with that. Mostly because next up is Graha, and like, bruh, you know he's going straight to the top. You know. Not the top, obviously, because my man. Semi-top. Second from top. Yes. Yes. I mean, it's Graha. What more is there to say, right, about Graha? He's a sweetie. His character arc was huge. Humongous. What a guy. And he loves us more than anything. Us being the player character. And I just think he's so sweet. There's never been a sweeter character apart from maybe Alphino. They're matched, right, in sweetness. Except Horsefant. I'm just picking loads of people now. Graha is a sweetie. That's his character thing. And he's also a grandpa. Not literally. But mentally. Like most of us. No, he's got a ticket straight to Would Split the World in 12 for you. Yes. Horsefant. Don't make me cry here on this day. It makes me feel terrible, but I feel like Horsefant has to go intolerable cuties. Just based on, like, now, because we're filling them out, right? I can see and measure people against each other. If I, not to be dramatic, but if two people were falling off a cliff, and one of them was Horsefant, and one of them was Gaia, I would I actually started sweating thinking of my answer to this question. I'd probably save Gaia. Does that make me a bad person? Probably. But, you know. I just can't explain it because, like, Horsefant is so precious to us, to humankind. I really needed his own section as well. I should have, like, bumped all of this down one and added, like, Horsefant special. It's like, it's not that I like him more, he's just like a god among men, you know? Oh gosh. Is this Hermes? That's Hermes, right? Oh my gosh, I didn't recognize him for a second. I think it's because he's got an Instagram filter on. But Hermes. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Oh, I'm gonna do it. There's nothing wrong with you, I'm just mean. That was me hitting my head. That did hurt. Should I be really fancy and be like, Hermes? No, because I'll hurt my throat. Hermes is fine. For that story arc, he's great. Really, you know, is integral. You can't take away the fact that he is integral to the plot. Okay, would never dream of taking that from him. I simply cared more for the other aspects that were happening, or the characters, because you can't really get away from his aspect of that. I liked the other characters more. I thought his journey was interesting and I care about him, but on the other half, I just like the other ones more. You know, the heart wants what it wants, guys. Speaking of Hien, this guy is a tolerable cutie. Oh my gosh, looking at Fan Daniel and Hermes next to each other makes me feel like a terrible person. Like, I feel like I need something separating them. Oh, don't worry, I have already spotted someone who can. But Hien's a tolerable cutie. I like Hien a lot. I do. And I think Stormblood gets... I think I mentioned this earlier when we were talking about expansions, but Stormblood gets the middle child treatment pretty drastically. Not because it's any worse, but it's purely that Heavensward and Heavensward and Shadowbringers, which, you know, bookend it, had such, like, a drama. And they were so emotionally driven. And Stormblood was too. Stormblood had a lot of drama going on, but it was also, like, a much slower drama, I think. Which tends to make people think of it less. But it's not that they like it less. I definitely don't like it less. I like Stormblood. But Hien just becomes a little... I don't want to say forgettable. Am I going to have to say forgettable? Maybe. He's not. He's great. It's not that you forget Hien, you just forget that he's not there. That's worse. I'm not doing a good job. Let's just move on. This poor man's had enough. Oh, Hilda. You're beautiful. You're perfect. You're a tolerable cutie. That was my, like, OG wife. For sure. Back in the day. Couldn't get enough. Every time she, like, popped up occasionally, I would lose my shit. Gorgeous. Stunning. Breathtaking. Never been done before. I'm not even going to say a word about this one. You're just going to have to, when wife becomes tolerable cutie. I know, it seems like a downgrade, but this is, like, good. This is good. This is good tier. Also, oh my god, did we just make, like, oh no. I thought we made, like, a perfect thing. It's close. It's close to being perfect. But, like, tolerable cutie, from me... big compliment, right? Especially in a game that has like 50 bajillion NPCs. To become a tolerable cutie, you've got to be You've got to be showing up a lot for my brain to register you as a person. It's also just, she's pretty prominent in Heaven's Ward, which is the second expansion after A Realm Reborn. So later on you get more cuties and she just kind of gets, you know. I still love her though, still queen. Still absolutely could kill me, and I appreciate that. Now I'm gonna leave this one for last. Teehee. I'm actually gonna go over here to our baby Creel. Creel. Another name I say differently depending on the day. This is... Now I would say here, and I think I will, mostly because of the later expansions. She becomes so important and sweet and just always there, and I love that. And just give me Lalafells all day. I love them. They're so cute. Speaking of, we have to follow up with Tataru, right? Because there is just no way. I cannot separate them. They are a pair. Do not separate. These two, inseparable, even. I love them so much. Tataru has been there from the beginning. She's there until the very end. She is your day one. And she never gives up on you. And I love that. And she's the best. So cute. And she wears pink. So, you know. I'm in. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Another wife. I think another... Ooh, do I put her on the same level as Hilda? Ooh. Oh my god. Do I? Oh, this is hard. I'll see, because we've got like the best, and then we've got like also the best. I can't be, this is like my issue when I play RPGs and they give me the dialogue options. I can't be mean. You know, I think there's nothing wrong with you, I'm just mean. You're beautiful, you're stunning. But we gotta spread the, you know, my heart. It's what my heart's telling me, you guys. Meteon. Now, unlike Hermes, I actually enjoyed her a lot more, which may just be to do with the fact that she is adorable. And her final form was wild to behold, and I loved it. Absolutely a tolerable cutie, okay? She's not on par with Tataru, or Kryle, or Gaia. But I do hold her in a little more loving manner than I do Hermes. And certainly more than I do Fandaniel. Minfilia. It's been so long. Oh my god, it feels like it's been a millennia. She's a tolerable cutie. She can't be any lower. There is no way to put her any lower. But there is unfortunately to say, a glass ceiling above Minfilia, of which she cannot break through within my heart, which is a shame. But you know, there's only a certain amount of room in here. My heart's big, but it's not that big. My brain, even smaller. Okay? I'm working with like the equivalent of like a 1-bedroom apartment, okay? I can only get so many of you in here. And even then it's going to be a tight squeeze. Deal with it. My other daughter, Rhine, or Reen, once again, the names, don't get me started. I'm an inconsistent person at the best of times. It also probably doesn't help that I do in fact play the Japanese language version of the game. I think everyone else I know plays the English language version, so I think it's a slight pronunciation difference, which I definitely know is where the alpha no thing came from, because originally they definitely pronounced that D more. But anyway, Ryan goes next to her beautiful non-canon GF, Gaia. Once again, we have two pairs. Inseparable? Inseparable. Okay, do not separate these two pairs. And I will not be doing that today. They are all together. They are Amimiya, 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 Amimiya. I've tucked them all into bed. Now, I'm going to go straight to Venat here because this one's easier. Venat, mommy, as I like to call her. That's my mom, you guys. This is my mom. She's a tolerable cutie, right? I can't put her lower. I can't be like, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm just mean. Because I do feel things for her, which sounds insane. I like her. She's cool. She's my mom. My video game mom. Did so many things for me in this universe without even knowing who the fuck I really was. What more can you want? Also, she's beautiful. And I'm very easily swayed by superficial means. I love her, Your Honor. And I will be placing her in Tolerable Cuties, thank you. Now, I'm gonna do the controversial one. Oh, it pains me. But Ishtala is there's nothing wrong with you, I'm just mean. I have always liked her, right? I like Ishtala. How can you not? She's a cat girl with magic, right? Speaks to me on an emotional level. But I just feel like as the game went on, it just never grew, just stayed the same. I just like her. I just think she's neat, but not much else. Which is a very controversial opinion, as we are probably all aware because we do frequent the internet. There is a lot of Ishtar out there. Which is great because it just means more for everyone else. Oh, we're getting down to the wire. I've just oh my gosh. This has taken longer than I thought it would. It's because I'm very indecisive. Now. Who do I... Let's... Thancred, right? Thancred. Thancred is easy. Thancred is would split the world into 12 for you. I actually thought I was going to put him in Woodrun Savage for you. But originally, when I first played this game, Thancred was my one true love, man of my dreams, etc, etc, etc. And then, heavens, what happened, and I met Sinian and everything fell to pieces, and I became the slightly unhinged, delusional woman you see before you today. But before that, you know, Thancred had my heart, and I can't just forget him. And I still adore him. I think he is so great. Such a fun character. Seeing his progression from, you know, single brain cell organism to father. Scare quotes. Technically. was perfection. You know, chef kiss. Mwah. Which leads me on to Urianger. This is usually a pair that cannot be separated for me, right? Like, do not separate them. Keep them together in the same box. But Urianger is a woodrun savage. Not would split the world for you. He would, like, literally beginning of A Realm Reborn or Heaven's Ward, he would have been there. Which is so sad, right? The growth he's been through to get all the way up to here on par with these. I was going to say women, but then I realized Imric is just hidden here amongst all of my ex-wives. I love Urianger. The way he speaks cracks me up. I think it's adorable. I love his new relationship, friendship, partners in crime ship with Thancred and Ryan. I think it's adorable. And astrologians are cool, you know? He's cool. He's a nerd. He's cool. Oh gosh. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do Xenos. The man we all try to pretend isn't hot, but like is. But like also wants us to die. So there's that to wrestle with. Do we take the I can fix him, you know, route and put him up here? Or do we come to terms with the fact that he is emotionally unavailable, physically unavailable, mentally unavailable, and a murderer, and put him... I think it would be so funny to put him in There's Nothing Wrong With You, I'm Just Mean, because they're like, these two up here at the front right, there is so much wrong with them. There is immeasurable things wrong with these men. And I'm out here like, there's nothing wrong with you. You know. You know. Personally, my feelings on Xenos are very superficial, with very little to back it up. As a villain, he's okay. He's okay. They didn't go as hard as they could have. And I feel like he spends a lot of time watching me from the shadows without doing anything until the very last moment, you know? And that very last moment was juicy as hell. But it doesn't make up for it. So I'm going to put him here with his little jester man, Boo Boo the Fool. And they can party on down in my delusion where I tell them there's nothing wrong with them. You're perfect as you are, honey. Lastly, okay, we're on the last one, you guys. We made it. We did it. We might juggle some things, depending. Okay, but Hitler Deus. It's Hitler Deus. It's the other love of my life who is not Syrian. And this is the problem, right? Because in my heart, I want him up here. I want him... I guess I want him like here, right? I want him kind of straddling this this make-believe line. I wish I could add like a tiny new category, right? Like a little pink one that says Hitler Deus, and it's like tiny and you can just barely see him, but he's there. Because I'll just put him at the front of this line, okay? And we can pretend he's like between. Because I love him, Your Honor, quite frankly. Mom, I love him. I think Hitler Deus was such a great addition. And he should have been in the game so much more than he was. And I think they should give him back. To me, personally, specifically. Because on a scale of like characters that were made for me from like he's just perfect. I love his voice actor. I love his design. I love his character arc. I love what makes him tick, which we don't get to see a lot of, but we get little glimpses. And I just think, what a guy. What a guy. Okay, so I think this is our ranking. I think, do we need to juggle? We might need to juggle. I might bump Alice. Like, the more I'm looking at this, I'm like, girl, or Gaia, or Tataru. I think I'm gonna bump Tataru. Tataru, like, when I look at her, I just get like the little like squeeze in my chest where I'm like, she's so cute. She's so cute. I also might rename Tolerable Cuties. The more I look at it, I'm like, damn, that's some ready to be misconstrued, right? Let's do cuter than a Moogle. A Moggle? No. Moogle. Because Moogles are cute. Moogles are so cute. I love Moogles. I think they're the most ridiculous looking creature on earth. And that makes them adorable. So to be cuter than a Moogle, you gotta be doing something right. And now no one can misconstrue this because there's love here. There's love in this space. This space is a space of love, okay? We love. Except for those who are lower than cuter than a Moogle. No, we still love them. I'm just kidding. I think I could leave it here. I think I could. Wait, I need an addition. Is there space? Can I add more? How much more can I add? Oh, okay, it does go down. Ah, why did I? Okay, I'm just mean. Except Fan Daniel and Xenos. You're weird. Yeah. Yeah. This works. I mean, it's a bit of a long category. There's nothing wrong with you. I'm just mean bracket, except Fan Daniel and Xenos. You're weird bracket and bracket. But I think that works. I think the message is clear. I'm going to change this one to You Exist. Yeah. No, guys, I think we did it. So we have, as our top category, we have Istinian, which is home to Istinian. End category. You Exist. He does. And I love that for him. You know, I didn't want it to be hard feelings. Like, I have no opinion about you is like, that's harsh. I have an opinion. He's fine. He exists. Gold star. So our second category is would split the world in 12 for you, haha. There's no haha there. I just thought my category name was funny. We have Hythlodaeus, who is perfect. We have Alphana, who is perfect. We have Graha, who is perfect. We have Thancred, and we have Tataru, who are all perfect specimens. Next, we have Would Run Savage mode for you. Alice, Imeric, Gaia, Rhine, Creel, and Urianger. All good babies. Cuter than a Moogle. If you're cuter than a Moogle, you're doing well. We've got Oddbert, Grandpa Emmett, Horsefant, Hien, Hilda, Mateon, Minfilia, and Venat. There's nothing wrong with you, I'm just mean, brackets, except Fandaniel and Xenos, you're weird, and brackets. We have Fandaniel, obviously. We have Xenos, obviously. We have Hildebrand, Hermes. Oh my gosh, did I just forget her name? We have Captain My Captain, because that's all I ever call her. And we have Ishtala. Our technically last category with anyone in, we have You Exist. Yeah, oh, thanks, Senchi. You wrote it in chat. Melwib. I feel like that's not how you say it, though. But that's how I'm saying it. Curse these Welsh-sounding names. Honestly, I love them. Beautiful, honestly. But the spellings. Tag yourself, I'm You Exist. Honestly. Tag yourself, I'm Estinian. According to the quiz. So in You Exist, we have that guy. No, sorry. God. And then we have The Game Would Be Better Without You, which we didn't put anyone in. Like, I feel like that's good, right? Like, we're not that bad. No one's that bad. They probably are, but they're not on this list, so they're safe. I feel like with how long that took, we cannot possibly do the other one today, right? We would be here for 5 hours. Absolutely losing our minds trying to figure out who is who, because some of these NPCs, man, showed up once and they expect me to care. It's impossible. There are dust particles in my room that I recognize more than some of the NPCs in Final Fantasy. Sweet baby Jesus. There's many. I gotta save this. Right, I'll save it after. I don't know if my files are gonna pop up. I think we're good, guys. I think that's good. I think we did it. I think we conquered this very minimalistic list of Final Fantasy characters. I'm giving myself a pat on the back for remembering 98% of the names. I think it would have been bad if I didn't, considering this is a pretty extensive list of main NPCs. But that, I think, is where we're going to start wrapping up tonight, because it's getting late for me. Probably not for anyone else. But we did it. We ranked those babies. We ranked them real good. And if you haven't, maybe you should look into trying the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, now with a resumed free trial, including A Realm Reborn and up to the also critically acclaimed expansion, Heavensward, with no limit on playtime. Oh, thank you. I had a great day today, actually. I hope everyone else had a great day too. Look after yourselves. Spring is springing. Time is going and yet also going backwards. According to daylight savings, it's springing back and forth. The flowers are blooming. Touch some grass, but like in a nice way. I touched some the other day. It was great. Get some hay fever medicine to be prepared. Actually, that's a good one. It's getting real itchy in my eyeballs. Thank you guys for hanging out and listening to me bully NPCs into submission. It was great. I will see you guys next time. I think we're going to be playing The Sims with an idea my friend gave me, which I think is going to be very fun. But we'll see. I will see you guys next time. And thank you again for hanging out and coming along on this ride, which was much longer than I thought it was going to be. Thank you and good night. Bye-bye.